Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 8 Week 9 Day 3 live stream. So of course, the main thing that we're going to be doing today is trying to get this Mimic. We do have the little Yeti thing available as well. The thing right over here. It's for Glacial Peaks bonus if you want to get that. We'll help out with the World event that we still have going on that I keep not doing the battles for. Though luckily our guild probably has it almost covered for us. Yeah, pretty much. But today's main goal, though we might not be successful at doing so, is similar to tonight or last night's goal, which we were obviously failed at, which is to try to get this new troop. So of course there were many new troops added in the most recent patch, most of which are just obtainable through opening keys, though there is one that is not, and it is the Horde Mimic. This is only dropped at a % chance when you get a 5x chest. We have gotten 0 5x chests, and even when we do, we don't end up getting guaranteed. So basically we have to spam explore. Occasionally when we take the final chest, it will be a 2x chest, a standard Mimic, and then occasionally that Mimic will then become a super Mimic, the Horde Mimic, and then we end up getting a 5x chest. That 5x chest that we end up getting as a result of those two things occurring has a chance of giving you a Horde Mimic. It is not guaranteed. So yeah, we're hunting for it. It's basically like Stonehammer, but different. It's basically Stonehammer combined with a Mimic is the easiest way to describe this mythic. Overall, it's pretty underwhelming. Like, you're barely ever going to use this thing. But Impervious with that much skull reduction is an interesting combination. So I might get used in some weird Impervious teams or something similar, but overall, probably not going to have much of a use case. But nonetheless, it is the only troop we do not have, so we must hunt for it. And that's pretty much the game plan of this entire stream. We're just going to be spamming Golvania until we get it. Well, not until we get it. We're probably not getting it tonight. Realistically, we're probably not getting it tonight. I think our main goal is to try to find like 2 Mimic chests. And we'll hand out a code at the first one. How about that? We'll hand out a redeem code at the very first Mimic chest we get. Even if it's the very first one. And which is kind of funny because last night, the first chest we did go for was actually a Mimic. Unfortunately, it wasn't a super Mimic, nor did it give us the thing. But anyways, hope all you've been doing well. Hope all you've been having fun with the grind on the patch. It's been out for a day now. Unfortunately, I have been able to do a little summary video on it today. Mostly because, gosh, I like crashed. We didn't end the stream last night until like a little after 2 a.m. And I was up for a while and I was just like out today. Then got a few other things done. But like a good majority of today was pretty much sleep. Got knocked out from such a late night stream. Let's see. Do I need to reset the counter? No, I'm just going to keep one total counter to how many we found. So currently we found 0 to stream, obviously, but I'm just counting the total that we've ever found, just to see how many Mimics it will take us before we find the thing. Currently we're at 6, of course. But no, I'm keeping the counter just consecutively going at this point. I think is the game plan for it. Once we finally find a 5x, assuming that first 5x doesn't have the super Mimic in it, I'll probably start tracking how many of the super Mimics we've gotten, which is the Horde Mimic. I just call it super Mimic. But however many we've gotten of that thing, I will also keep track. However, that number is currently 0, so no point in really keeping track of it at the moment, as it is a big 0 at this current moment in time. But hopefully the very first one will end up getting it. Though it's definitely not guaranteed. It's just a chance that you end up getting it. But anyways, hello Isabel, hello Tyrion, hello Mr., hello Bill Warhammer, hello Hung, hello Genki, hello Barbara, hello Crisp, hello Ricardo, hello Defiance, hello Weenie, hello Roman, hello Imperial, hello Daddy Shark, hello Anthony, hello Sushi Ninja, hello Scout, hello Anthony, hello hello Peter. Hello, I just skipped some. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Peter. I already said Peter. Hello, Arjonian. Hello, T3. Hello, Supernova. Hello, who have I not said hello to? I know, round 2. Yeah, we're not going to go as long as last night, though. I think we're aiming for about 2 hours or so I want to do tonight, probably. I definitely don't want to go, like, as late as we did last time. That was quite a stream. We will be going for a bit longer than normal. Or until we get it, no, I was kidding. But yeah, the stream probably would end if we just like end up getting it. Like if we just randomly got it at some point. We're not getting it tonight though. There's a very low chance. I made the prediction last night. We're probably getting it tomorrow night. Though there is a chance we get it tonight. It's not impossible. But my guess is on tomorrow night. Luckily, it's an no, it's not. Never mind. It's a bounty hunter event this weekend, so we are going to have to take some amount of time to do the bounty hunter event. So that might take a Friday night stream then, because Saturday and Sunday we'll probably be back to the hunt. on trying to get this thing, assuming we don't get it tomorrow. Ideally, what I want to have happen is we get it done tomorrow, and then we can split up Bounty Hunter across the weekend. But if we don't end up getting it, we'll probably do Bounty Hunter on Friday night, and then the rest of the weekends, Gems of War streams will be entirely focused on getting this Mimic. And if we don't have it by Sunday night, we might do it like we did on Tuesday and just keep going until... Because I normally have to stay up anyways till reset time to go record the weekly video. So I might just go and stay up the entire time and end up doing it that way. Would be a lot of fun. So if we don't have it by Sunday night, we will do a Tuesday, like what we did on Tuesday for Sunday night. So the ones today, tomorrow, and Saturday will be a little bit shorter in length. Not like super, super short, but you know, more towards like slightly longer than normal length. But if we don't have it by Sunday night, we will keep going like until reset on Sunday night to try to get this thing. And hopefully by then we'd have it, because that'd be very bad if we don't. Because that would be like 20 hours of grinding and still not have a copy of it. Which is possible. I think on average, assuming it's a 10%, 10%, or to get the 5 chests. I'm not sure what its rate is in the 5 chests though. But at a 10%, 10%, it would take us around 12 hours to find 1 5. The problem is, what on earth is the actual drop rate in it? Like 1 in 3, 1 in 4. If it's a 1 in 10 into a 1 in 10 into a 1 in 10, we're not getting it this weekend. I don't think it's that rare though. So you're holding that to you, that if you get it on the first chest, you have to give out a code and end stream. Though realistically we would. Because if we get it in an hour, that'd be like normally when we'd kind of end a normal nightly stream anyways. Though we're not getting it in an hour. It's not going to be that quick, I can assure you that. We'd have to get insanely lucky if the first chest we get this stream is not only a 5 times chest, but also the drop. You've had 1 Mimic chest with a bunch of Orpheuses. Well, at least that's a mid-range one. We got some really bad one. We hit it on like Yasmin Guard yesterday, which is almost as bad as hitting double guard, which has happened to many people already. I do wish that 2 times was a little bit more common. Well, both of them I wish were a little bit more common. It has a bit of a curse gnome issue. Not as much of a curse gnome issue, because during all this we've still found literally 0 curse gnomes. We've even found more verse gnomes than we have curse gnomes, and even verse gnomes seem like they're a little under drop rate right now. I mean, not curse gnomes, I mean verse gnomes. But yeah, curse gnomes are, we found 0. So we found more of these 2 times chests than we have curse gnomes. And honestly, I'd rather find like the 2 times and 5 times chests rather than curse gnomes. Curse gnomes loot isn't even too good once you gotten all the unique rewards. Like what you can use it for relative to how many you get and what the cost of those things are is not too good. Because the things you can craft with it, even if it costs 0 curse shards, are already pretty pricey. A lot of them. Like even if you had infinite curse shards, there's a lot of things that require curse shards that you just wouldn't craft that are already pretty high value, or you know, pretty costly value to end up exchanging for. Which makes curse gnomes obtaining more of them beyond all unique drops not that enticing. Unless they add or retweak some of the ones that they already have. Because I'm not too excited to see a curse gnome. I'd be more excited to find a verse gnome 2 than I would a curse gnome. That's a lot of Logic Slayer. Hello, Weenie. I said Weenie. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone who hasn't said hello as well. Thank you for joining the stream. Always appreciated. But has anyone actually found this thing yet? Actually, sure, go poll it. Let's make a poll. Now that the computer isn't as laggy today, let's go make a poll. Let's see. Have you found the Horde Mimic yet? Yes. No. But I have found a 5 times chest. Let's see. No. I'm not sure what I should say for this one. I was gonna go do it, but, let's see. No. But I have found a... Oh, no. I'm just gonna say... Let's see, let's do that. Oops, correct pronunciation. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to add an option. No, take away the option. Take away the option. How do I take away an option? There it goes. There we go. All right, that should be good enough. Oh no, he just drained my mana. I needed that mana. Oh no. His, oh no, the Mythic. It actually did the correct thing. He targeted purple when my whole team was purple. Since when does the AI use that trip correctly? Like right there he didn't, so that's good. But since when does he actually use that correctly? I don't expect it because it never really happens. Also, oh gosh, I just heard thunder outside. Hopefully we don't lose connection. We better not. I hear a thunderstorm. But if I randomly end the stream for no reason, out of nowhere, we probably lost electricity. Hey, redeem code time. Okay, we'll hand out another one if we get a 5x chest at any point this stream. If we get a 5x chest at any point this stream, we will hand out another code. But let me go hand out the first code. Actually, I need to go open up the code section. One moment. But let's go hand out the code. We already got a Mimic. That didn't take long. That took 11 minutes. That's not too bad. I wish all of them dropped that frequently. But let's see how we do. All right, let me go get you guys this code real quick. And then we'll go hand out... we'll hand out a second one to stream if we find a 5x chest. Or should I say, when we find a 5x chest. Let's hope so. Though, just because we find a 5x does not ensure us a Mythic, though. Though I sure hope we get it first try. Because it might take another, like, 10 plus hours to find another one at the current drop rate in the game. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsofwar.com or for the game code section, or you can simply click that link. Invite code is whatever is in your setting menus in the bottom left corner. And redeem code is right over there in chat. Copy paste the random numbers in there, starting with KX. And it gives same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Only usable on the PC mobile version of the game. But there you guys go. Enjoy. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Anyways, there we go. Mimic number 7. First one of the stream. Let's hope that it is good. And by good, I mean please give us a 5x chest. But yeah, I find it interesting how high the no, I haven't found it nor 5x chest is, because I'm actually in that category too. We have not found a 5x chest yet. Oh gosh, he has full mana on everything. Oh no. Okay, please, 5x chest, 5x chest. I believe the trigger for it is as soon as I click this button is when the 5x chest can occur, is my understanding. Can anyone confirm in the 25% of people who have found a 5x chest? Wouldn't a 5x chest trigger happen right when I click this? Because I think there was some confusion with it last night, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Because someone in chat seemed like it was saying otherwise. But I'm pretty sure the 5x chest trigger is right when we click this. We didn't get it though. Just making sure. Ooh, we got a double Arania at least. That's not too bad. Anyways, let's keep going. Cinny did it this morning. Nice. Wait, did he actually find the Mimic, or did he just find a 5x chest? Did he find the Mimic in the 5x chest, or was it just a 5x chest? Okay, it does trigger after 2x chest. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm for when I mentioned in a video. Which hopefully I should be able to do tomorrow, because we're actually going to get nice and rested for tomorrow. Unlike today, where, or last night into today. But 100% we'll cover a video. I'll probably cover just like a mix of a team video combined with this general... it's mostly going to be over Explore 12. Because there's not much that happened with this patch that isn't Explore 12. Most of it's pretty self-explanatory. Or doesn't take effect yet. Because half this patch is prepping the game for future updates. The biggest like immediate feature is, of course, the what we're doing right now. The whole Mimic chest system thing. I said, hello, Clip Bomb. Welcome, welcome. Not home at the moment, but you'll be back soon. Well, take your time. No rush. Hope you have a wonderful trip. Definitely don't watch me while on the road. They could probably listen to it if nothing else. Oh, let's see. I'll take that over. Oh, no. I can never, like, watch anything. Like, even if I'm not, like, the person driving, I just can't stand... Like, I get motion sickness so easily. Like, if I'm looking at a screen while in movement. It's particularly an issue with cars, though. Like boats, well, generally you're not even on any electronics when you're in a boat. So that's not normally as big an issue. But I notice in planes, I don't get motion sickness as much if I'm looking at a screen. But for whatever reason, in cars, it's so bad for me. I'm not sure what it is about their movement, but I just can't focus on, like, anything. Like, if I'm looking at anything internal to the car while in a car, it, like, gives me motion sickness. Let's see, we throw that down. Like, I have to be looking outside the car to not get motion sickness in a car. That's not something I haven't been done for a while. I haven't been on a boat for like 2 decades. Now that I think about it. Like, since I was a young kid, I don't think I've ever actually been on a boat for any reason whatsoever. Been on a lot of planes since then. And trains, and like every other like means of movement. But I can't even remember the last time I was on a boat. Like, I was definitely like 11 or 12. Which means like over 15 years ago. Because when would you normally do it? Like, cruises, especially since the pandemic, is like, why? So that's like out of the question. Owning a boat's way too expensive. Like, when would you ever, like, normally go on a boat? And this is like some kind of ferry thing that takes you, like, across a lake or something similar. Which isn't really anything like that near me. And by lake, I mean river. I'm not sure why I said lake. Well, I guess if it's a really wide lake, it could be a thing. Oh yeah, the specific reason we do Golvania, there's 2 reasons. One is there's only one thing immune to burn. There's also nothing really annoying here. Well, technically 3 reasons. There's only one thing that is immune to burn, so Zugov works pretty well for it. There is not any, like, super annoying mechanic in this location, compared to some kingdoms. And it's one of the only few that we have 10% extra shards in. So for those 3 reasons, we do Golvania. It's definitely, you don't have to necessarily do Golvania. You can also do the 20% chase method. But, I don't know, just 10% at staying at one single location is just nice. I still feel like the 20% chase method isn't really that worth it. Even if you have every kingdom at level 16, I'm still not sure if the 20% chase method is that worth it. Because that means you'd have to be using a team that can diversify to any location. And in doing so, it would slow down the team. Because you basically have to use an AoE spam team like a Tesla would probably be your best bet. Like a Tesla, maybe like a really buffed Phoenicia. Like, it's something that I don't do because normally you would switch your team to something else. But you can do Finesse to buff Phoenicia. Instead of having just a bunch of Finesses buff themselves. I personally don't feel like it's ever worth going down that route most of the time. But it is a strategy that can be used. I don't feel like it's quicker than insta-kill though. Like, when you're at the point where you need to do that, you might as well just do insta-kill if you have insta-kill. Unless you have Phoenicia but don't have like Zugov or Iron Gut and other similar things. But I'm curious to see what the speed of a Tesla would actually be. Because I think triple cast Tesla would win. And that's not too hard to do. You would just need one mana accumulating thing, like a Leprechaun, double Tesla, and then you just cast Tesla 3 times. Both the Teslas once, and then the front Tesla again. I'm pretty sure that's enough damage to win Explore 12 in any location. The only place you'd have to deal with is Submerge location, so you would normally win quick enough, it wouldn't be too big a deal. There are some really annoying Submerge troops that I think gain Submerge when they take damage, and Tesla would not one-shot them. So in those locations, you might have to switch to like an insta-kill team. I think Merlantis is the main one. I think there's another one that has like a gain submerge on taking damage option. I'm pretty sure Merlantis is the only location that has that. Because it has the most amount of submerge of any kingdom in the game. Which is really bad for anything that hits everything simultaneously. Because even if there's only one enemy left, an AoE ability will still miss. Even if there's only one enemy left. Just the fact that it is an AoE ability will make it miss to submerge. Even if it's only hitting one target. Oh, we didn't get lucky. Oh, we got decently lucky. We got an Anu. So far, we've only gotten 2 niches during all these endeavors. Though only. That's still a good amount of niches, but still. 2 individual niches. Yeah, this team does kind of need Slayer maxed. That we're using right now. The best low rarity team that I know of is just run like Urskia Shield Tesla. Like that's my normally go-to one for like super ultra cheap stuff. Because you can have that within your first week of playing the game. Like we can make a new account right now. And if I streamed as long as I did last night, we would end that stream having Urskia Shield Tesla team. I mean, Urskia Shield Rowan team, I mean. The only thing we likely wouldn't have is Leprechaun, because it's luck-based if we would have it. There's also a small chance we wouldn't have Mirage Queen yet, though you could just double up on the Leprechaun, or run some other mana accumulator. Because the core of the team is Urskia Shield to Tesla. I mean, I keep saying Tesla, I mean Urskia Shield to Rowan. Urskia Shield Tesla does work, but Urskia Shield Rowan is way cheaper. Like, if you already know how to get it, it doesn't take that long at all. And even for a new player, I think it takes about a week. Like, if you know generally how to get it, it would take about a week to get a Rowan build rolling. Oddly enough, the hardest part normally being the Leprechaun, because you can't target it at most situations, or most times within the game. So you just have to hope that your Glory and Gem keys hit a Leprechaun in your guild keys. That's the one you have the least control over, because all your Chaos Shards can simply just go to Sunken Fleet to try to get the Legend. All the Trait Stones you can simply just grind, and Rowan you get for free, and Urskia Shield you get for free. I know, it's actually kind of weird. One thing that this patch has done to me is I actually hate when I see an Anu or Nisha drop now, because anytime I see an Anu or Nisha drop, it could have been a 2 times or 5 times higher multiplier. So it's like missing. It seems very similar to that feeling in that Pokemon game we've been doing recently, where there's like these super rare alphas that are next to other things, and sometimes like a shiny, which is like the rarest of all things, is next to like 2 other alphas, which are also rare but not as rare as the other thing, but they can be combined together to be even rarer. And it's always annoying when it reminds me of that same sensation, because it could have been rarer than it actually was, and in this case we could have gotten more tokens than it actually was. So anytime I see a Nisha or an Anu now, it's almost disappointing, because it could have been 2 times or 5 times multiplier, but we only hit 1 lucky thing, we didn't hit both lucky things. Which is unfortunate. Or they're still nice though. Like I say in Arania, they're still nice. Just not as nice as 2 or 5 of them. But still good. Also, hello Benjamin, welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. So hello Mambasera and Anthony, welcome, welcome. You can confirm that you have a boss chest ready to collect. It can be replaced, happened to you earlier. Okay. That makes sense. Also, speaking of things that gain Submerge, I almost forgot. This thing gains Submerge on taking damage as well. Almost forgot about that little guy. Honestly, everything about him is so annoying for this faction. He is immune to burn. He has Submerge on taking damage. Like, almost every... The only thing he's missing is, like, Impervious. But those are such annoying 2 traits. Because Burn makes it so we can't triple damage it. And the Submerge thing makes it if you're running a Tesla team or a Phoenicia team or any team that's trying to hit everything at once. It would make it a lot harder to kill it. Yeah, everything about that troop makes this kingdom a little bit worse. But luckily, when we're running an insta-kill team like this, there's only like 1 real target that we need to kill. Gonna grind for the Horde Mimic when you get home. Good luck. According to our poll, let me see. I haven't clicked on it yet. It is 7% chance, or 7% of people. So far we have 45 votes. 7% have found it. 16% have found it, but did not, or have found a 5 chests, but didn't get a Mimic in it. Which means, what is it, a 2 and 3? Ooh, it might be a 2 and 3 chance. That's not too bad. Though that does mean it could take upwards of 30 hours to find this thing. Because on average, assuming it's 10% into a 1 in 3 chance, which I think it might be, though we need a little bit more info to know for sure. But if it is a 10%, 1/3, that means it would take about 36 hours to find this thing. Obviously, it could take less, could take more. But if that's the case, it would take about 36 hours to find the Mythic Mimic, assuming those are correct. And of course, 78% of people on the poll said they haven't found any of them, which does mean that 22% have found at least a tier 5, if nothing else, even if they didn't necessarily get the Mythic from it. But yeah, I think that's the case, so I can't confirm it. Has anyone on the forum actually confirmed? I didn't actually check yet today, to be honest. Because it seems like it's a 10%, 3%, or sorry, a 10%, 33%. It seems to be the breakdown. 10% chance you get a tier 2 chest, or a 2 times chest. 10% chance that tier 2 chest is a 5 times chest. And a 1 in 3rd chance that that 5 times chest will drop the Mythic. That sounds about right. In which case it would take approximately 36 hours, assuming you're exactly average on luck. Could take more, could take less. Which isn't too bad. It's like the time to max 2 hero classes in the game. Though those hero classes tend to get done passively as you're doing quite a few other things. So they get done over time. But it's about the time of maxing 2 hero classes is approximately the time to do this. However, you could get lucky and get it way earlier, though it could also be unlucky and take even longer than that. Because with hero classes, it's pretty consistent. You just keep getting slow progress. You can't, like, miss the progress unless you, like, lose the battle. But in this, it gives you all the loot all at once. You either get it or you don't get it. One of your viewers got it? Nice, nice. Yeah, I saw it in global chat earlier, someone showing it off. I wonder if anyone's gotten 2 of them yet. Or let alone 4. Could you imagine? I'm pretty sure no one has 4. Unless there's some kind of glitch in the game right now where you can set multiple of 1. I know that used to exist. I'm pretty sure it's patched in the current state of the game. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who has like 2 or 3 of them, though. The 4 would be quite lucky. Because even if you grinded for every second since then, that is so unlikely that you would have found it 4. Realistically, the amount of time that has gone by isn't even enough to have found 1, unless you get on the luckier side. Obviously, literally every single one could be the one. But, like, as far as the average amount of time it takes, we haven't even hit the amount of time passing for the average amount of time to have even occurred. Even though, of course, you can get it on literally any chest. Because midway through tomorrow would be the halfway point. Or the, not the halfway point, but the amount of time passed that if you spent every second on it with average luck, you would get it. If you spent literally every second since the update until like midday today, or tomorrow, I mean, would be the like average point of luck. So anyone who has it now, or on the luckier side. Let's see, we'll take that over. Hopefully we'll join them tonight. It's also why I said we'll probably have it realistically tomorrow night. Though we wouldn't have grinded to the average amount of luck yet. Because by the time we do tomorrow night stream, we'd be at like 1/3 through the odds. Hey, we got an Anu there, nice. Because by the end of tomorrow night, we'd probably be at about 12 hours of total grinding, I would assume. Or somewhere pretty close to it. Which would be hopefully enough. Hopefully tomorrow night's stream we'll at least have our first 5 times chest if we don't have it by now. Or by the end of this stream. Like, that's probably the goal. By tomorrow night's stream, we hit a 5 times chest. You only have 2 hero classes left to max? Nice, nice. Yeah, I think the average in the current state of the game is 28 hours, though there are some methods that can do it in around 20 hours, but they're a lot more annoying to do. Like, to constantly keep repicking casual PvP, keeping your PvP rating low so you can one-shot them with an AoE option to get 2 XP per battle. That's the quickest way to do it, but more realistically, you just spam Explore at 1 XP per battle. because it's a lot less thinking that is required, which when you're grinding that long, it's a bit more convenient. Plus, you get to try getting the new mimics. Because even if you do it at a lower difficulty, you can still get the big loot chests from them. But to do an explore method is like 28 hours. Doing the PvP method can get down to like 20 hours, but it requires constant like monitoring of everything within the game, while also deliberately keeping your PvP rating low. So on like a Guild War week like next week, you wouldn't even be able to do the method, because it would be inflated your rating due to Guild Wars. But as I mentioned, we'll hand out another code when we hit a 5x chest. If we hit a 5x chest. We handed out the other one earlier when we hit our first 2x chest this stream. And I think we'll do that for every single stream related to trying to get this thing. We'll hand out 1 or 2 codes. One based on the first 2x chest we get, which should guarantee happen every stream we do. And then another one when we do get our first 5x chest per stream, which we've currently seen 0 total. And then we'll hand out another one once we finally find a Mimic. I think that's how we're going to hand out codes this weekend. First 2x chest of the stream is a code, first 5x chest of the stream is a code, and when we finally find this thing, we'll hand out another code. Which technically means 2 codes if it's both the first 5x chest of the stream and the Mimic. But that's how I think we're going to do it this weekend until we find this thing. And hopefully by the end of this weekend we'll have it. That is the goal. Ah, we got a normal chest. No. With really average loot. You didn't know you can get a gnome in a mimic battle? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that either. You know what that means? The mimics would get replaced by 4 gnomes. Interesting. That means if you were doing a Gnomapalooza, the 4 mimics would get replaced by 4 gnomes. They'd be really strong gnomes because the mimics are also strong. But they would be 4 gnomes. That's kind of interesting. Gonna see how that pans out next Vault event. That's on the 23rd, 22nd, 25th, 25th? Yeah, 25th, 26th, 27th. So that reminds me, the eyeglass places never called me back. They said it'd be done in a week or 2, and it's been almost 2 weeks. I got my blood work, though. Everything's nice. Everything's good for it. It was actually the first time I've been to the doctor's for a couple years. But nope, everything's normal. Which is kind of weird because I've actually gained a lot of weight since the last time I've been to the doctor's. But it didn't seem to affect anything. I'm still trying to lose it though. I was as high as like 230, 235 at like the peak of the pandemic. I'm down to 200 right now. Still want to get a little lower. Maybe we need to start, stop joking about starting a Ring Fit Adventure live stream and actually start a Ring Fit Adventure live stream. Not sure how many people would want to watch an out of sweat or out of shape person do Ring Fit Adventure though. It'd be funny if we started a brand new account on it too and went through the entire storyline one day at a time. Honestly, if you did Ring Fit Adventure every day and we streamed it until we finished the entire storyline for that game, we would lose like 20 pounds. Like, you would legit lose at least 20 pounds. It would take like half a year to do though. Pull it? I feel like people would watch the first few streams and then like almost never again. Maybe, maybe, I don't know. I was gonna pull it like during the actual stream and stuff. I was like, what if we do like one on the account we already have started and then pull it there? But then that's gonna be overly biased because almost anyone watching a stream of it already would be like, yeah, I want to see more. Compared to if we pull it on this. We might pull it at some point, we'll see. It would be funny to do. Honestly, I really enjoyed the game. It's actually a really fun game. has some pretty interesting, surprisingly in-depth RPG elements. Like, dumbed down a lot, because that's to be for people who just want to exercise. But, if it was the first RPG you ever played, I feel like it would make you kind of like RPGs. Yeah, Ring Fit Adventure is extremely in-depth for what it is. Like, you think a, like, exercise game is like, oh, it's going to be super surface level. And while they do kind of do some joking stuff with it, because it almost, like, plays, like, a bunch of jokes on RPGs, because it takes itself a bit less seriously, because it's more so an exercising game more than an RPG. Some of it goes really in-depth for what it is. I feel like the skill tree in particular is, like, one of those baffling things as you're going through the game that just kind of catches you off guard. Because you see the initial skill tree when you unlock it, it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's a pretty basic skill tree. And then it just keeps going and evolving further and further, and it's like, oh gosh. They will run all out. But yeah, the exercising for the game is pretty intense too. The only thing I hate about Ring Fit Adventure is it makes you do a lot of squats. And I'm not a huge fan of squats. And it's not even like optional. Like you can make it so none of your attacks are squat based. However, there are a lot of things within the field when you're moving from location to location where you have to squat a lot. Like when you open chests, you have to squat. When you're doing some of the mini games, you have to squat and a few other things. And they have a really annoying jumping panel, which is probably the one I hate the most. And sometimes you have to take like 20 of them in a row. And to do it, you have to do upwards of 20 squats in a row. Gets pretty intense. Let's see. The other problem with Ring Fit Adventure streams is they're not going to be long. Like, I'd be surprised if a single one goes longer than an hour. The average one probably being closer to like half an hour to 45 minutes. Because it's not something you could play for a very long duration of time. Even if you put it on the lowest possible difficulty, you'll be lucky to play it for like more than 2 or 3 hours in a row. Sounds like the ability tree on Diablo 2. I have played Diablo 2 when I was really, really young. I almost feel like trying it again at some point. I don't have a copy of it though. I thought I did because I have like a box of it, but they didn't actually have the game in it. End up getting it at a flea market for like $1. And some of the boxes did have the games in. I didn't check all of them. But the one for Diablo 2 actually did not have the disc in it. I don't feel like I would bother getting into Diablo 3. Though, didn't they make a Diablo 2 remake? Has that gone on like a super sale yet? Isn't it on like literally everything? Because I might pick that up if it goes on like a super sale for like under 10 or something. Or under 5. Because I know they made like an HD remake. I know it had some problems at launch, but I assume those problems have been fixed. It's been like almost a year, hasn't it? Because I would love to revisit that game. When I played it, I was like way too young to fully grasp what was going on, but I still enjoyed my time with it. Ooh, another Mimic. Is this going to be the one? Is this when we finally get it? Are we done with the grind? Honestly, I almost... Hey, okay, so yeah, that confirms it. Isabel just mentioned this earlier, but now we can see it as well. So this is interesting. So that means if you're doing a Nomapalooza, and then you get a Mimic, you then switch into like, you know, your insta-kill team, you could just switch to Zugaf's build still. Because the Mimics would get replaced. Which means the Super Mimic would also probably get replaced. Because these 4 Mimics definitely would, and I assume the other one would too, unless it has like an override for it. Specifically, would find out during a natural Palooza. But yeah, there's a gnome in a Mimic battle. That's interesting. So they don't override it. Which kind of makes sense, because these things aren't giving any unique loots for actually, you know, completing out the battle. It's not even unique, it's just more multiplier. But yeah, there's the gnome. That's cool. There is indeed a gnome there. That's good to know for Paloozas. Alright, moment of truth. Can we finally get a 5x chest? No! Well, we got 4 Orpheus's, which is also kind of a no. That's kind of average. Boo. Eventually. Oh yeah, let me go up update the number. We're at 8. 8 shiny Mimic chests. There we go. Yeah, the remake's been out for about half a year. That seems about right. Oh no, after what Blizzard did to Warcraft 3, I'm kind of skeptical to play any Blizzard games ever again. Because they completely ruined Warcraft 3, which is one of my favorite games of all time. They somehow made a remake version that forces you to have to use the remake version that's worse than when it originally released 2 decades ago. Or almost 2 decades ago, more like 19 years ago or 18 years ago. But they somehow made a worse version and forced everyone using the old version to have to use the new version. Though, aren't they under new ownership now? Who will end up biting them off? Microsoft? I can't remember now. Hopefully that will make them improve. One would hope. Wait, who bought them out again? Wasn't it Microsoft? There was some kind of mega company that's buying up every company in existence. Which is pretty much all the main mega companies. Eventually there'll just be like 5 mega companies that own literally everything. Until one bigger mega company buys out those other 4 mega companies. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Okay, it was Microsoft. Okay, that's what I thought. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever played a single game that Microsoft owns. Because they mostly own Xbox games, right? And I've never played I've never even owned an Xbox system in my life. And I've never played any Xbox game that would spin on PC. Because sometimes they do, like, you know, PC and Xbox. But, I don't think I've played a single one. Now that I think about it. Like, even everything that they got... Oh, well, then again. There are some Blizzard games I've played. The only Blizzard games I've ever played are Diablo 2, Warcraft 3, and I tried Hearthstone. Though it's way too pay to win for me to ever really get into. Like, long term. It was fun to mess around with, but I would never stick with the game. It's way too money hungry. That's one thing I like about Gems of War. Like, you don't have to spend money on the game to still access everything in a pretty timely manner. Like, you might not be getting it as quickly as people who pay. Particularly with, like, the past stuff, which is, like, the only thing I actually do buy in the game. Just so we could show it for content and everything. But, like, Gems of War really, like, you almost never, maybe, like, super early on in the game, but it never really forces you to have to pay. A lot of it's a lot more optional. Whereas I felt like in Hearthstone, to be able to, like, actually try whenever new packs come out and everything, to, like, have any realistic chance of trying them, like, you had to pay, like, a decent, like, almost $100 sometimes to open a bunch of RNG loot boxes to try to get them into card packs. Oh wait, does Minesweeper and Solitaire actually count? I've actually played all 3 of those games. Minesweeper, Solitaire, and Pinball. That one pinball machine that used to, or that one pinball game that used to be on those old computers. That was a really fun one. That was actually pretty fun. It wasn't that in-depth of a game, obviously. It was just something you would play when you, like, literally had nothing else and didn't have an internet connection. But gosh, was it fun. Can't remember what my high score was, though it was definitely pretty high. Yeah, Space Cadet, that's the one. Yeah, I have fond memories of that game. Because whenever I didn't have, like, internet connection, and I wasn't playing on, like, a Nintendo system, like, that was, like, the go-to game. Let's see. I'll take that over. Oh, normally I was just playing Nintendo stuff. But when it came to, like, you had no internet connection at a given time on a computer, that was pretty much the go-to computer game. Let's see, I'll take that over. Take that over as well. I'm trying to find purple here. Doesn't want to give it to me. Oh, I thought you were dead. I'm like spam clicking to get out of the thing. Yeah, Minesweeper's a lot of fun. Computers don't come with it anymore, do they, though? Pretty sure there's a version of it on Steam or something similar. Actually, isn't there probably like a browser version that's free somewhere for Minesweeper? Because Minesweeper's decently fun. I know there was a version of it in RuneScape back in the day that I actually really enjoyed playing. The old school RuneScape doesn't have it in it. Because it gave you a bunch of farming XP because it was basically like Minesweeper, but with like farming seeds and everything. And it was like a great way to farm your farming skill. Because a lot of farming in RuneScape was AFK based, as in you have to wait out a timer and then go and harvest your stuff. But that was like one of the more active ways to train it. It was a lot of fun. Because you basically got to train one of your skills in RuneScape while playing Minesweeper. Like it literally was just Minesweeper in a different visual aesthetic, which was fun. Let's see. Actually, that minigame in RuneScape definitely got me really good at playing Minesweeper. Like, I played it some prior to then, but because you had to farm up your farming skill with that Minesweeper minigame, or you didn't have to, but it was a fun way to do so. Like, I got a lot of experience playing Minesweeper due to that. Yeah, my favorite Super Mario game is still Mario Sunshine to this day. We ended up playing it about a year ago when they did the remake thing for it. But yeah, Mario Sunshine is still my personal favorite out of any of the Mario games. I have played most of the originals, though. Like the ones on the, I didn't play on the NES version one, but I played like the Game Boy ones that existed, as well as the Game Boy Advance ones. Actually, was there a Game Boy Advance one? No, there was a Game Boy Color one, I think. Or not Game Boy Color, whatever that other, like, really original 2D one was. I played that one on a handheld. I don't think I've played any of them, like, super before then. Though one of them was on a handheld, one, the Super Mario Brothers, because I remember Peach and Luigi being in it. I'm not sure what number that was, though. Never played through the whole game, though. Yeah, those are, like, way, way back. The Ultra Retro ones. Like, the originals. Actually, I don't know where my copy of that even is. All my handheld games, I actually don't know where they are. Like all my old DS games, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. Not the slightest clue where they are. And all the consoles I have for them are broken. None of them work. Speaking of which, the actual consoles, we should be getting soon. Hopefully in the next month or two. Just need to get them into a working state and we'll be good to go. I had to figure out what recording setup we need. Though the first thing I'm going to be testing it on is the white TV that I used it on originally. Obviously we can't stream off that thing. But for nostalgia's sake, I definitely need it. That's going to be the way I initially test them. Original games on original hardware on the original TV I played them on. Like over 15 years ago. Like that's about as much nostalgia I could possibly hit in one given moment. Oh yeah, I don't know if I have a copy of Fortune Street. It was not within the horde of games I had earlier. Though if I look a bit, I might actually have it here, now that I think about it. Oh no, I'll have to check. But I know it wasn't in the horde of games, hey, an Anu, when I was checking at my dad's place in storage. It was not there, so it didn't get shipped because we couldn't find it. Which is weird, because a lot of my Wii games were there. But that was one of the few that were particularly missing for some reason. But yeah, honestly, out of any version of Monopoly I've ever played, Fortune Street for the Wii's is probably my favorite ever made. It was also a crossover game between Mario and not Dragon Hunter, Mario and Mario characters and Dragon Quest characters. That one like Japanese IP thing, which I never got into, but it was still cool to see the crossover nonetheless. And all the stages were themed around them. Like there's a Mario Sunshine stage, I think there's a Bowser Castle stage, there was a bunch from the Puzzle Quest series. Do you think there's even a Mario Galaxy stage? Because it was released during the Wii era, so there was one on Galaxy as well. Because that was the Mario game for the Wii, was the Galaxy one. Actually, that's something I didn't play on that one collection of games yet. We played through the N64 one and the, obviously Mario Sunshine when we played that one collection. I never did get around to playing Galaxy, which everyone keeps saying is like the best one of the three. I've never tried it to actually know. I know when I was a kid and I saw like advertisements for Mario Galaxy, it didn't even seem that appealing to me. I never even bothered getting a copy of it. Oh, so we throw that down. The second one was a fever dream and you hated it. So what games are even coming out this year that are even that good? The more I think about it, there's not that much coming out that I'm aware of. I feel like the last few years have been really slow for gaming due to the virus, complicating game development. Because most games are made with larger teams and it's harder to do since the pandemic. There's just so many moving parts to every game. Because all the bigger ones that I'm aware of, I'm not even that interested in. Like Elden Ring came out like, what, a couple weeks ago? I have literally zero interest in ever playing it. I could get a free copy out of it, I'm not sure how you would even play it still. Well, maybe I would at that point. Just to see what's up with it. Lost Ark, yeah, I wouldn't be into it. Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah, definitely wouldn't be into it. Elden Ring, yeah. Like, that's the thing that comes to mind whenever I think of, like, PlayStation and Xbox exclusives as well. Is, like, they have good games, but, like, not a single one of them interests me to any degree. Just not the type of games I normally play. I'm normally into, like, turn-based strategy, super heavy, like, resource-based grind games. And other similar things. Like any of them that are like really high visually fidelity, kind of like adventure action games, that's not my kind of thing, personally. I do play games that are more focused around the experience occasionally, like the actual experience and the storyline. But a lot of them end up doing it with gameplay that I don't like, so I never get around to playing them. Like, Spiritfarer was one of the ones we did slightly more recently for that the other year. Because gameplay-wise, it was basically like a really basic version of Stardew Valley, but with a better storyline. Stardew Valley had more replayability though, but also lacked like any story. Like the whole premise of the story for that game, unless they added more content over time, because I haven't played it in ages. But the main premise was just you make a farm, that you get from your grandpa, and then you like put his spirit to rest, kind of thing, by finally getting rid of the big evil corporation that's trying to take over the big building in the middle of town. Because they were going to make it into a storage shed for their mega Walmart corporation thing. That wasn't called Walmart, but it was implied that they're basically Walmart trying to take over this nice little town. And then you ride them out of town and save the big facility. And then you make it all nice and it becomes a gathering place. That's pretty much like the whole storyline. It's a very surface level one. Oh yeah, triangle strategy did interest me, actually. I'm not sure I want to play it quite yet, though. But I will probably play it here on the channel. It's just not a game I feel like I'd play full price for. I'd rather go stream Fire Emblem Three Houses again than buy full price triangle strategy. Also, I haven't even looked at the game yet, so I wouldn't even be spoiled to anything yet. It is definitely a game I would eventually try on the channel, though, triangle strategy. But it's basically a lower budget Fire Emblem Three Houses with the visual aesthetic of another game we haven't played yet, which was, gosh, what's his name? Why can I not remember its name? It's a turn-based RPG I still haven't bothered playing that I still haven't bothered getting around to on the channel. Why can I not remember its name? It looks literally like Triangle Strategy. And then it's the one that, like, everyone compares it to. It has, like, that weird 2.5D aesthetic. Wow, why can I not remember its name? I know someone in chat knows what I'm trying to say. Wow, why can I not remember its name? But I want to play both of those around the same time whenever we do get around to them. Because they have a really similar visual aesthetic. Though their gameplay is quite a bit different. Because one's a turn-based RPGs, the other one's kind of like a field-based combat system. No, not Voice of Cards. Oh, why can I not remember its name? I'm about to, like, start up my Switch just to go find it real quick. It's bothering me that I don't remember its name. If I type into Google, like, 2.5D pixel game, I'm pretty sure it'd be the first thing that comes up. Actually, it might be. I'm so confident I'm gonna just do it. Because that's, like, the easiest way I could think of actually describing it. Let's see. I'm just gonna literally just put in 2.5D game. No, it's not actually the first one that comes up. Interesting. It's the first one that definitely comes to mind. Interesting, there's actually quite a bit of them. Let's see. What if I type in RPG games? That would probably bring it up. Why can I not remember its name? Oh, so that's not RPG. Why can I not remember what it's called? How am I still typing incorrectly? Interesting. Ah, it doesn't bring it up immediately. Wow, why can I not remember what it's called? I'll figure it out later. Can't even remember its name. No, it's not Fire Emblem. Here, I'll go start up the Switch real quick. Where is it? I know I already have a copy of it. I got it on a pretty big sale. I think it was only like 30 bucks or something. What was it called? I will find its name. It is called... Gosh, how deep is it in my library? Octopath Traveler. How could I not remember that? There it is. But yeah, Octopath Traveler. It's the one that normally gets compared to Triangle Strategy, and that Triangle Strategy looks pretty much exactly like Octopath Traveler. But yeah, that game, that's the one. But yeah, I wanted to play that game. I just haven't had the time to get around to it. Because I'm not sure how long it even is. That I should probably look up. That's like the only spoiler thing I should probably look up. Because I'm not even sure how in depth the game goes. Just to know how many streams we have to divide it amongst. But I've heard a lot of good things about that game and still have not played it to this day. I ended up getting it, but I haven't bothered playing it at all. I was like, gosh, what is everything I even have in my Switch library right now? I feel like half of these I haven't touched in forever. Like Super Mario Maker 2, that one felt like it flopped like crazy. That one Kirby game that was free to play that wasn't too bad. Hey, Gems of War and Puzzle Quest. Oh yeah, the original HD remake of Puzzle Quest. I'm still surprised they haven't brought that over to PC yet. If they do, I feel like we do it again. And hunt down like literally every achievement on it. I'm actually surprised. Do they have like a 2-year exclusivity? Because if they do, that 2-year exclusivity ends in 1 month. So I'm kind of curious if in about 1 month from now they're going to release Puzzle Quest 1 HD remake. Especially with how bad Puzzle Quest 3 is currently going. As far as like reception to the game. Because I think it has like a negative 20-something% on Steam. So they could try making some redemption by releasing the HD remake of Puzzle Quest 1 to Steam. I hope they do that. I would actually play that when it comes out as well. And 100% the game. Because I never bothered 100%ing the HD remake. I just didn't have the time. They better add a speed setting though. Puzzle Quest 1 is so sluggish. Compared to modern games. Oh, you know what other game I have that I still haven't played? Mario Odyssey. Which is the most recent Mario platformer. We should stream that entire thing someday. I'm pretty sure it would take like 1 weekend to finish the whole game. But yeah, I have Mario Odyssey. I got that for a lot as well, only about 30 bucks or so. And I still to this day have not bothered playing it. I wanted to do Xenoblade Chronicles 2 before Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have played through the game. However, it is a good enough game to play through it like as many times as you feel like it. It is such a good game. It's actually one of my favorite RPGs of all time. It's actually pretty good. Not sure if I'll like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as much though, we'll see. Because the cast of characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 really carried it really well. Though we don't currently know too much about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, so we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, why am I still holding the Switch? Let me go shut this thing down. Put that thing over there. Triangle Strategy is deeper than Octopath Travelers, so you'll find it fun. Interesting. Well, that'll be a nice difficulty curve then. We'll go from Octopath Traveler to Triangle Strategy. Because there will be probably a month where we'll do both of those together. Like, there's a couple months where we're going to, like, dedicate to a game series. Like, whenever Silk Song is finally going to get near, we're going to do the entirety of Hollow Knight combined with Silk Song up to its release. And we'll be doing that for a couple games. We'll be doing it for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we'll be doing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 prior to it. For Breath of the Wild 2, we'll be doing Breath of the Wild 1, and so on and so forth. And some month we'll be doing Octopath Traveler into Triangle Strategy. Even though their gameplay is a bit different, their art style is very, very similar. But yeah, all those games I've never played, except Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's the only one in that whole list I've played. But like Breath of the Wild, I've never played before. I do own a copy of it, I just haven't bothered playing. Similar to Mario Odyssey, which is kind of funny. Like literally like some of the two biggest Switch games in existence. I own on my Switch, but I've never played. Pretty sure Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year as well. Still haven't played it. Got your second Mimic battle? Nice. We found 2 of them so far to stream. The only 2. Oh, I should have taken out the skull. No, I left the Kelpie. Okay, when I did that, I keep forgetting to kill the Kelpie. The main thing I hate is that there's 2 horses in this location. If there was only 1 horse, I feel like I'd more consistently kill it every time. But the fact that there's 2 of them makes me, for whatever reason, miss it a lot. Because I know one of them I shouldn't be killing and the other one I should. But it confuses me, because if it was just always just like kill whatever looks like a horse, it'd be a lot easier. There's another thing that kind of looks like a horse here, because it is a horse. Actually, the other thing looks more like a horse than that Kelpie does. I should try Bravely Default 1 and 2. Are those games any good? I've never tried them. Also, I haven't heard too much about them. I know they're like more of an RPG genre game. Though I know like basically nothing about them. I have heard the name before, but I don't know anything beyond that. Other than I'm pretty sure they're turn-based RPGs. One undertaking that I'm not sure I'm ready for, though, at any point, is trying to do the entirety of the Final Fantasy series. I'm not sure we'll be doing that ever, or anytime soon anyways. I feel like I will eventually do it, but no time soon. Also, I'm not sure how accessible the full Final Fantasy series even is at any given moment in time. Because there's just so many games attached to it. Like, that's something that's just, like, too big of an objective that we probably will almost never get around to it, realistically. Never take me as a horse hater. Well, we gotta kill it so it doesn't get the burn thingy. We only hate undead horses. Well, technically both of them are well, actually, one of them's an undead horse, the other one's a daemon horse, I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure Kelpie's undead. Or is the other one, I think... Oh, no, it's not even undead. It's a fey monster. Interesting. It's actually not even undead in an undead kingdom. I never even realized that. I always thought he was undead monster or something. Or undead beast. That is so weird. So not only is he not undead, but he's also not beast. He's fey monster instead of undead beast. Because that's what I thought he was, but he's actually neither of those two typings. That's kind of weird. I never noticed that about Kelpie. It's not even an undead in an undead kingdom. Yeah, that's my concern with if I ever say I will play the entire Final Fantasy series, is how do you even get your hands on the entire Final Fantasy series without doing like ROM hacks or something? Because I am pretty sure it is near impossible to get every physical Final Fantasy game under a budget of a few $100s. Like, you're probably talking upwards of 1,000. Which is one of the reasons why it's probably almost never going to happen. Unless there's some kind of super, like, collectors, or not collectors, but, you know, like some kind of, like, super series where, like, almost all of them get remade into one single purchase thing, which will probably almost never happen. Who even owns Final Fantasy? Because maybe there will eventually be a subscription service where you could do it. Because while I normally don't like subscription service-based gaming, that is one situation where if we were going to go knock out every single one by one, it would make a lot of sense to do. Original or the remakes, either or. Doesn't matter if it's the original or not. Whatever would allow us to play it in a not overly expensive way. Is the whole series actually on Steam? Interesting. I never really looked into it. But that would be one thing that a subscription service model would actually be kind of good for. Like if we were to try to play through the whole Final Fantasy series from start to finish. Because that's definitely a type of game I would never revisit after completing. But I would want to eventually try to complete through the whole thing at some point. The only problem with a lot of games like that too is we're going to have to do a lot of talking. Because other than some of the more modernized remakes, none of them have voice acting, I am pretty sure. It's just a lot of text. A lot of text. You like games that have card games in them? I do too. Voice of Cards actually had something like that. Though the price tag for the game was a little bit too high, but I actually did like the minigame. The demo for the game actually had the minigame in it, or one of them. And actually wasn't too bad. It was pretty surface level, but it was still fun. Let's see what to get it over. But yeah, I do like games that have card games in them. Bug Fables had it too. They had like some kind of side minigame thing. Which honestly, I almost like more than the normal combat system. The normal combat system was basically Paper Mario. Which oddly enough was a bit better Paper Mario game than Origami King. Or at least I feel so anyways. Because Bug Fables is a lot closer to what Paper Mario used to be. Whereas now it's pretty much like a super dumbed down kind of, I'm not even sure what you would really call it. But it's definitely not the same as Paper Mario. Like, the term just doesn't make much sense for their series anymore. Because it doesn't play like the game used to play. Like, the first two Paper Mario games, the one for N64 and the one for GameCube, were really, really, really good. The Wii one was a bit worse, but it took a gimmick that was kind of okay. But it was when it started, like, starting to deviate away from, like, what made Paper Mario. And then, like, every Paper Mario since then, it's not even recognizable as what it used to be, if you compare it to the first two games. Which I'm not a fan of. Though it's nice to see that smaller companies and indie companies are kind of, still making that genre of game, if nothing else. So we'll take that over. Oh, so we haven't gotten a Mimic for about 40 minutes now. We got pretty lucky at the beginning of the stream. Like, I was expecting to find 2 of them this stream, and we found 2 within, like, 30 minutes at the beginning. I'm hoping we find at least 1 more to stream, and ideally it'll be the one that actually has the Mythic in it. One can hope. Yeah, you still have no 9 times either, yeah. That's what the same boat we're in. I'm still at 0 5 times. Hey, what has the forum been mentioning on it, by the way? I haven't even looked at the forum since last night. Just haven't had time to yet today. Oh, a double Anu. Nice. Too bad it's not a 4 times or 6 times or 10. Could you imagine a 10 Anu? You would literally get a full medal all at once. And if you were 1 away, you would see a double medal animation. Which I've actually never seen before, like getting double Anu or something similar. You would have to do it off of 5 times chess. That's the only way you can have it ever happen. Even if you get a 3, that's only 6. But that must be amazing. Has anyone who's gotten a 5 times chess yet seen that? Because if you get 15 of one single one, or super lucky if you were like right on the cusp of a 10, you would actually see a double same medal upgrade, which would be super rare. It'd be a lot more common if you see a 15 of it though, because a 15 is a lot more likely to give you a double medal, because as long as you had at least 3 towards it, you would end up triggering it. Whereas the other situation where you get a 10, you would have to be exactly 1 single token away to be able to see a double medal. And by double medal, I mean same double medal. Like, different double medal is a lot easier to see. But I mean, like, exact same double medal. Like, double Anu, double Yasmin, double Guard. Because seeing 2 or 3 different medals is actually pretty common. But seeing 2 of the exact same is actually only possible from a 5 times chess. Oh yeah, I'm definitely skipping the online MMO one. Isn't that like Final Fantasy 13? I saw some advertisements for it. Most recently at the Game Awards. But yeah, I would never play the MMO version like that. Isn't it free to play as well? Isn't it basically like a free to play MMO, kind of like trying to milk every single thing that free to play games normally do out of the franchise? I would never play that game. It's probably way too money hungry. And apparently they have a budget to take out an ad at the Game Awards as well. Actually, multiple ads. It wasn't even one ad. Oh, sorry, what was your question? Do you think it would be easier to get a Horde Mimic troop during Vault? No. It'd be the same odds. The battle might be easier, though the battle's already kind of easy for the most part. Unless you're earlier on in the game, in which case it might be challenging. But, the battle would be easier. But it's already an easy enough battle that that's not too big of an issue. The gnomes would still have the higher stats, but gnomes are weaker enemies than 4 of the Super Mimic. But no, the odds to get this chest would not be any higher during a Vault event. It should be the exact same odds. The only difference is if you're actively having a Gnomapalooza, they would likely all be replaced by gnomes instead of being mimics. Oh, did he just drain me, really? That's unfortunate. What a weird situation. Oh, right back where we were like 2 turns ago. Get rid of him before he just decimates us again. I can't believe he got so much value the other turn. Come on, 2 times chess. Nope. I got an Arania though. Still nothing. Yeah, let me go peek at the Gems of War for him. Let's see, where's even the tab for it? There it is. What have people been saying about the patch? Let's see, click here. Gosh, a lot of new threads. Let's see, that's not related to it. Mimic Battle, always level 150. Yes, it's based on your Explore 12. Let's see, 6.2, update, Secret Horde. Oh yeah, seeing it here would actually be a lot of info too. Yeah, here probably has the most information. Let's see. Trying to look down a little. The only problem with trying to see it in this is it's not that well organized. Let's see. Oh wait, were they swapped? Someone mentioned that the gold key spot and the glory key spot were swapped. Is that not where they always been? I don't open either of them that often, so I actually didn't even notice. I could have sworn they were always in that location, weren't they? Yeah, someone brought that up in the forum and I didn't even notice it. Yeah, someone mentioning that you should remove that one icon from the middle there. But I'm not sure why they even added it there. Someone mentioning that the quick timer change should be in the other location, which makes sense. I still find it weird that it's in top left. Like, I intuitively checked this area. Like, it being on this menu would be a lot more useful. The fact that it's all the way over there. I know, it's kind of confusing initially. I don't mind it too much being like that. Alright, someone mentioning that there's always an event key in the middle now. Yeah, that's going to perpetually happen here forth. At least we don't need to worry about upgrading our stuff anymore because it's just perpetually going to be a useless event key in the middle. Pretty much. Oddly enough, not that many people talking about the mimics. Everyone's talking about, like, everything else. Seemingly everything else. Though I'm also skimming it very, very quickly. Oh, some people posting some screenshots of them getting the Horde Mimic. Lucky people. Interesting. Anyways. We'll eventually get it. It's out there somewhere. Also, someone got a 5 Nisha with a Mimic. Gosh, that's lucky. Someone got a 5 Nisha and a Mimic in the same chest. Oh, wait. Did they get 4 drops? Hold up. Was that a 4-drop chest? It looks like the Mimic might be an independent roll. That's good info to know. It is an independent roll. Okay, that's good to know. So the Horde Mimic does not actually consume one of your 3 drops. The Horde Mimic is his own independent roll, so it does not take away from your tokens. So it is possible to get 3 tokens, or you know, 3 5 tokens, so 15 tokens, while also still getting the Horde Mimic. But yeah, someone got a 5 Nisha and a Horde Mimic in the same chest. That is insane. Imagine a 15 Nisha Horde Mimic chest. That's like near impossible. 15 Nisha Horde Mimic. It is theoretically possible, though almost never going to happen. How is the Horde Mimic going on? Any 5 times chest? Nope. I will start a counter for it once we get one. Though we are currently at 0. We have found 8 2 times chests, but 0 5 times chests. Which means we've also found 0 Mimics in those 5 times chests because we've had 0 of them. We'll get there at some point. Apparently 20% of this stream is in the same boat as us, though. Haven't found a single 5 times chest yet. So we're definitely not in the minority there. Just takes a while to grind. We'll get it eventually, though. Oh yeah, what kingdom is it associated to? Kazale? I didn't even check. Is it actually associated to the Vault? Because it's actually really low priority to get, if so. Though I still want it. So that's not going to stop me from grinding it like crazy. But, I didn't even check. Is it associated to the Vault or is it associated to Kazale? It might actually just be associated to the Vault. Meaning it's not actually even needed for a kingdom upgrade. So you don't have to worry too much if you don't get it. Though I'm still grinding to get it. Oh no, it's actually from Dragon's Claw? Wait, what? Alright, that makes even less sense. Oh, I guess the dragons are guarding the Horde Mimic thing. There's probably some lore based on it. But I guess that somewhat makes sense because the dragons are guarding the treasure hoard. But interesting, it's a Dragon's Claw troop. That is not where I would initially have guessed its location to be. But yeah, you would get another star on Dragon's Claw. If I click show all, there it is. The Horde Mimic. That would have been cool if they would have made it a construct dragon instead of a monster construct. That'd be an interesting dragon for dragon builds. Interesting though. Anyways. At least it could be used for construct builds. How's that going for? Oh yeah, I never cleared the dailies. While I'm in here, I might as well go clear the dailies real quick. We looked at them last night, but I didn't bother doing them. So let me go claim them. So yeah, it actually is important to get it. Not like super important. But it does give you a mythic for a kingdom that is actually a kingdom that isn't just a vault thing. So it actually does give you kingdom progress. It would also count as one of your 1 or 2 mythics for Dragon's Claw. So if you currently are lacking 1 or 2, you'd be able to count it as one of them. Which is also decently relevant if you're trying to upgrade the place. So yeah, never mind. It actually is relevant to get that thing. We were still going to get it regardless, but it actually does have a purpose for kingdom upgrading. Though even if it doesn't, we'd still grind it to the ends of the earth to try to get a copy of it. That's Zurian is fantasy logic for you. I don't know, it kind of makes sense why it's in Dragon's Claw. That the Dragon Kingdom would guard the treasure that is literally alive. It just would have had better kingdom synergy if it was like literally a mimic made of dragon gold. Or, you know, like an actual like dragon-shaped mimic. So that could be a dragon construct. Because that's a typing that doesn't currently exist within the game. Though in all fairness, there are a lot of typings that do not currently exist within the game. Though that is one of them. Of many. There already are some really tanky dragons though. Though there are also a billion tanky constructs already. Like almost all constructs are already tanky. The typing itself is just a really tanky typing. But yeah, we're grinding this every night until we have it. That is the plan. I'm probably stopping in the next half an hour though, but we will be doing it every single night until we get it. Ideally, we're aiming to get it done in a week. Like, ideally, I want to have it by Sunday night. We're going to do a super, super long stream. Like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours until it's done, basically. You know, until reset. If we don't get it by reset, then it's like, okay, we're just going to sleep now. But we're going to be going all night Sunday night if we don't have it by then. Alright, we cleared out all that. Yeti, I don't need to take the Yeti. We already have all the food and everything. But if you do need it, make sure to grab it. I'm pretty sure my offers were useless because this event key will be taking up its spot for the rest of time until they tweak how this mechanic works. I wish it was at least useful. Like, if this cost 15 gems, I would probably click it. But the fact it costs 25 makes it super not worth it. Because at least then it's like buying an event key where you're getting 10,000 gold. That's still not that good of value, but it's just so bad. Like, if this was 15, I would question if I would still click it. If it was 10 gems, at 10 gems, I probably would. But at 15, I would still question it, and at 25, I would never go for it. But it is so bad that it's going to be taking up our middle spot almost always now. I hope they tweak how that works. And the main reason that's happening is Zejin and Magrim Woods both are blocked off of upgrade Zejin to level 18. But instead of giving you anything that will help you, like deeds, for example, it instead gives you that useless event key that doesn't even help you in any way, shape, or form. Like, at least give me an Imperial. Like, if you want me to go upgrade the place, put an Imperial there. Because that's, or a green deed book for however many they're going to put it in for. That's not even an offer currently. But, like, put something like that. What they currently have as an offer there does not even help you get the objective done. Because one event key, or infinite event keys, would not actually help us, nor infinite gold, would even help us get the objective done that is causing this to happen. So hopefully it'll tweak that in a future update. Because we're perpetually going to be having an event key basically as our middle offer now, going forward until they fix that. Because it's unrealistic to get both those kingdoms to 18. It's not even possible for almost anyone to even do it. Because even if you claimed every deed that has ever existed, both of the green deed books and the normal Imperials, even if you saved every single one of them to do just that, I'm not even sure there would be enough. That is how many it costs to get both of them to 18. The worst part is they both use the same color as well. Meaning even if you were paying for every single one of them every time they ever showed up in any shop up to this point, you probably still would be short because there's 2 whole kingdoms. And yes, you might be able to afford one of them, but you're probably not going to be able to afford the second one. So hopefully they'll tweak that. As well as just make it so easier to get Imperials and the green deed books, or, you know, all the deed books to begin with. But time will tell. But currently, we basically have a perpetual useless event key in our middle task. It's not always going to happen, but the chance of it happening is very likely on any given day. If you maxed out those kingdoms. Yeah, the Sunday party stream. Yeah, we'll be streaming that that night for sure, for a long while. Also be doing the other Pokemon game grinding this weekend as well. Continuing our shiny hunt on that game because we still need to finish 100% completion on that. I think we're around 90% shiny decks. I should have perfect decks by the time we do that stream as well. I have almost all of it right now. There's just a few really weird ones that you have to do. Like one of them I literally have to sit around AFK while doing nothing for like a very long time just to get it to trigger. Because you're basically just waiting for a rift to end up appearing. You just have to kind of like idle in an area until it does appear. Theoretically, I could combine that one while doing the Gems of War streams. I could just have that there. The only problem is it does require some amount of active playing when it actually does trigger, which is why I don't do that. Hello, NASA! Welcome, welcome. Oh, I should have taken that skull. Whoops. Luckily, it cascaded straight into a skull. Anything new since yesterday's stream? Nope, just grinding more. We found 2 mimics tonight so far. Ideally, we're aiming for a 3rd. We found both of them pretty close together, too. It only took like 20-30 minutes to find two, and we haven't found one for an entire hour since. We've just been chatting about stuff. Also the games. But if anyone has suggestions for games to play in the future, let me know. Because I do want to do some more variety here and there. I just like grinding out some things like to the ground though when we do end up doing them. So retention for those might not stay up as high, but I always like doing new things on the channel. I just tend to power grind whatever we end up ever starting though, till it's fully complete. Because I hate leaving a game unfinished. And by unfinished, I mean, like, not literally doing every single thing there is to do in it. There are some games where I wouldn't mind doing that for. Like, when we do Breath of the Wild on this channel, I will not be 100%ing that game. It's just not a genre of game I would want 100%. But most of them that I do try, I do want 100%. You got 4 spawns since your last one? Wow. That is a lot. Though it has been about an hour. But that's still a lot. We did that for like the first 30 minutes. Like we found one, then we found one. But this last hour, we're just completely dry on getting any. Like the first 2 we found were basically in 15-minute intervals, essentially. But then we went on an hour of getting literally none. You've been playing Explorer 12 nearly non-stop, and you haven't found the Mythic yet, and the Mimic chests are only 2 times. Wait, you haven't found a single 5 times yet either? For playing that long? Oh gosh. That's definitely a bit unlucky. Because if you've been playing for upwards of 20 hours, you should have found at least 1, if not 2 5 times chests by now. Although of course you can get unlucky and not find any. But based on amount of time relative to 5 times chests, like 20-ish hours should be 1 or 2 chests, or 1 or 2 5 times. I'm not sure the exact mimic chance on a 5 times though. Before I can tell, it's a 10% to 10%. 10% chance you find a mimic, or you know, the 2 times 1, and then a 10% chance that the 2 times mimic is a 5 times. That seems to be it, though I'm not 100% certain if that is. That's my current understanding right now though. So I'm not sure what the exact chance of getting a mimic thing off the 5 times is though. I'm assuming a 1 in 3, but it could be a 1 in 4, it could be a 1 in 5. Could even be a 1 in 2. Though I highly doubt it's a 1 in 2. Which means by tomorrow night we should see our first 5 times. Which is why I said we might be able to get it tomorrow night. Because relative to the amount of time we grinded, we'll hopefully get one then. And hopefully our very first 5 times will just be the Mimic. Because that's going to hurt when our first 5 times gives us like 5 Guard and 5 Yasmins. Because you know that's going to happen. It's almost guaranteed going to happen. It's either going to be the Mimic drop, or it's going to be like the worst possible chest you could ever get off a 5 times multiplier. There's pretty much no in between. You went for 2 straight hours and got 0. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling after this hour. Like, if we don't get any by the end of this hour, I might give up. Because that would be a solid hour and a half with 0. Like, when you're getting a lot of them, it's definitely more encouraging to keep going. But if we're going to go an hour and a half with none again, it's going to be kind of bad. We did once yesterday, though every other interval was better than 1 per hour. Or, you know, basically at the 1 per hour mark. But there was one of them that took closer to, like, a little over an hour and a half. And currently this one's at, like, over an hour right now. We were timing some of them on stream yesterday, like the interval between time of getting a chest. I don't have that timer currently on stream. I almost do want to go bring it back though. Like a time interval between chests, just to kind of know. Oh, we didn't get purple off a sky. No, I wish we did. Waiting for forum update of there being a small bug affecting the spawn rates. I wish it was. I hope we get a weekend event that buffs them. I don't think that's a thing, but I want it to be a thing. I want to have a Mimic weekend. Or how about Mimic Mondays? No, but a Mimic weekend event where Mimics have a higher rate of dropping. I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing, but I need to make it a thing. I don't think it's a thing, but it needs to be one. Because that would be a fun weekend. Imagine getting like a 2x Mimic every, like every 10 minutes. Which would mean you'd be getting a 5x pretty much guaranteed every 2 hours. Probably even more frequent than that. Because similar to Epic Vault Keys, the rate would also be increased. So it might almost be a 5x every hour. Because that'd be fun. Plus you get a lot of tokens out of it. Not so many that would be broken, but enough that it would be very fun event. Come on. No, another dud. Another dud. What you don't understand is why don't they just build in pity timers? I don't know, they don't tend to like pity timers. Though for whatever reason, they did do it for vault events. But they tend to not really use pity timers for much. Vault event's like the only thing in the entire game that I think has one. It's not even like a direct pity timer, it's more so if you kill X amount of gnomes, you're guaranteed going to be getting at least some amount of vault keys. Whereas before, you could kill hundreds of gnomes and still get 0 vault keys. It was unlikely that would happen, but it was possible that it could happen. Whereas now it's impossible because gnome kills correlates directly to getting the pity keys. But that's the only thing that really has a pity system in the entire game is Vault Event for whatever reason. Though it's really good that Vault Event has it. But for whatever reason, this is the only thing in the entire game that has a pity system. Nothing else does. There's no pity key system for Legends, no pity system for Mythics, no pity system for this thing. No pity system for anything, except for Vault Events, kind of. Where a number of gnome kills will definitely guarantee give you at least some amount of vault keys. Whereas there were vault weekends where we grinded for like 20 hours and got 0 vault keys. That's not possible anymore though. Since they added the pity system. Which was really nice. Also, hopefully this guy doesn't leave. I wanted to do that to speed up the rate of the battle. Good, we got it. But it also made it riskier because he could have escaped, though he did not escape. And we got another Verse Gnome 4. That's weird. Last night we also got Verse Gnome 4. Not sure why it only wanted to give me 4. Well, at least we're getting them. I guess it's better than nothing. Also, I still don't understand how 4 was the one I needed the most of when I originally started needing them. And now it's the one I have the most of. It did a complete 180. Your theory is that at some point, if we see a Horde Mimic flash offer, no, I definitely wouldn't end up buying that, even if they had one. I don't think they would. Most of the things that are like this, they keep so you have to grind for it to make it more of an achievement. It literally even is an achievement, actually. Quite literally. So things like Zugoff and stuff like that, and it would never actually add a buy now option. Even though you can technically buy power orbs. But yeah, it's literally an achievement. The Lord of the Horde. Xenos has one too, where if you craft a Xenos. Honestly, I actually like these achievements. Like a really hard to obtain Mythic through some kind of weird circumstance that you have to do. Like it feels like an actual achievement when you end up getting it. But yeah, it quite literally is an achievement in this game. Get the Horde Mimic, the thing we're hunting for right now. It is quite literally an achievement in the literal sense. I'll catch you later, Gadget. Thanks for stopping by. Good night. Yeah, we might be calling it soon. If we don't get a Mimic in the next few chests. Because this current rate is very discouraging at the moment. We'll probably go for about 15 more minutes or so. That'd be like 2 hours of grind. I want to see at least one more 2x chest if we can, though. It just really does not want to drop right now. Come on. Nope. To go, come on! We just got double guard. It's the worst possible chest you could even get. Like, our chest luck is just not there tonight. It is just not there. We need to go reset our RNG into a different day. We definitely don't have it today. That's the worst chest you could possibly even get. It's not even possible to get a worse chest than that. Unless you were doing a lower level Explorer. But on Explorer 12 specifically, there's no chest worse than double guard. I love grinding stuff like this. Like, I do enjoy doing this. I just hate when we don't get any progress. I'm not sure why I killed it first. I was even trying to go up to the other one, but then didn't move far enough. Whoops. Oh no, I needed that mana. But yeah, I love when they do updates like this, to be honest. Anything that we can grind like crazy as soon as the update comes out. Cursed Gnomes were kind of like that, but their rate was pretty bad until that weekend event happened. This one's nice because we have the full rate right now. Unless they do have some kind of a weekend event that makes it even more buffed. I highly doubt that's the thing, though. Though, yeah, as much as I want it to be a thing, I don't think it's actually a thing. The patch notes didn't mention it at any point. So I assume there's no such feature. Gonna try for purple off the sky. We did not get it. We got 2 purples to fall. Neither of them were in the location I needed to fall. Literally the only spot I need the purple, and a purple falls in both the other 2 spots. Amazing. It seems like a summary of like our entire RNG tonight. That seems about right. Unless this chest is the one. Maybe it's just gathering all my RNG for one big drop. Like right here. Come on. Nope. Ah, we got an Anu at least. An Anu and an Arania. Like, that's not a bad chest at least, if nothing else. It's not a Mimic or a double Mimic. That's a pretty good chest. We'll take a purple. Let him poke us. Get our mana. Please let me cast. I remember when Avina was the only way to farm souls in the game. Her ability used to be gain 1 soul, and she was the best way to gain souls in the entire game. And literally all her ability did was a bit of damage with 1 soul gain. Not multiple, just 1 singular soul. And in the state of the game, when the game launched, that was the best way to farm souls. Because the only other way we really got stuff was just enchanting stuff, troops, or getting kills. So she was the only way to get more than 4 souls per battle at one point within the game for a couple months before Stormheim came into the game. So there was about like a 2-month period where the best way to farm souls was to use Avina at a 1 soul gain per cast. That is how bad soul farming was when the game first started. That the quickest way to get souls was use Avina at 1 soul per cast to win the battle as quickly as you could. With like multiple Avenas, or at least the one that you get for free from completing out the quest line. That was like literally the soul farming strategy when the game launched way back when. That's how much quicker soul farming is these days. Like rates when you're using a proper team's like 40 to 50,000. And back in the day it was like 100 per hour. Or something similar. Also, level cap was level 10 back then as well. Level 15 and level 20 didn't even exist at the time. When the game launched, level cap was only 10. A mimic bait? Could you imagine? I'm actually surprised they didn't add something like that, because cursed gnome bait seems very pointless. Pet bait also seems kind of pointless. However, I don't think there'd ever be a point within the game where mimic bait would be pointless. Which is kind of weird that that's one of the ones that they don't make one for. Because mimic bait would actually be kind of good. Mostly because the main reward you get is tokens. I wouldn't pay money for it. But if there was a way to get mimic bait without spending money, I would be grinding for it. Like, that would be a way they could make a pity system as well. Is make mimic bait, but have it every single time that you do an explore. You get like a small amount of that material. Kind of like how you get those shards. But instead also get like a small amount of the mimic thing, or the whatever resources needed for it. Oh, Rova, I didn't see your comment on the timer earlier, the depression timer. If we were to have a timer on how long it's been since we found a thing. Well, currently we're at like an hour and a half. But yeah, if this next chest doesn't have a mimic in it, I think we might stop. How about this? If this next chest is a mimic, we'll go for another hour. If it's not, I think I'm calling the stream. Because our luck is just so bad right now. Gotta reset it into a new day. But no, if we get a mimic right here, I will go for another hour. If this chest is a mimic. The only exception to that is if it's the 5 times mimic that then literally gives us the mythic. In which case, goal complete. Could you imagine? The very last chest is streamed to say 5 times with a Nisha and a the new mythic. It's definitely not happening though. We'll find out. We're almost there. Go 1 more hour anyways? No. Oh, no. Probably not tonight. After how long of a one we did last night, I still need to catch up on sleep. Like, that really threw off my sleep schedule last night. Like, we'll be doing the same thing again on Sunday. But, I really do need to get to bed at a better time today. So I can actually cover the 6.2 video tomorrow. I'll mostly be going over Explore 12 teams and just briefly going over the patch. It's more so going to be an Explore 12 team video more so than a patch video, though I will be explaining the patch. There's just very little important to explain the patch that isn't revolved around farm this mimic. Because the main new feature, of course, is the change to Explore. There was some other stuff in the patch, but like 80 to 90% of the patch was the Explore thing. Alright, final chest. Sleep is overrated. Sleep is not overrated. How do you get the mythic? The mimic? Or how do you... but you get the mythic from a % chance. Well, you have to end up getting in the mimic battle off of Explore. You can do it on any difficulty, though Explore 12 is the easiest way to keep spawning it. But you basically just have to keep spamming Explore until you find the mimic, and then that mimic needs to become another mimic, and then that other upgraded mimic needs to actually give you the drop So the chance of it happening is so absurdly rare because you have to get past like 3 RNG checks. So for example, when I click this chest, it could become a 2x mimic. And then when I click that 2x mimic chest, it could become a 5x mimic. And then in that 5x mimic chest, which I still have seen 0 of after all this grinding we've done for upwards of 8 hours now between yesterday and today. And we have not seen a single 5x yet. And I can't even get a 2x here. Oh, we got an Anu. The game knows this is the final chest. Or daily Anu, though we've been getting a lot more than daily Anu, gosh. But I think we're ending it there. That is an hour and a half with 0 chests. So we did okay with that at the beginning of the stream, if nothing else. But our luck's just too bad tonight. We'll need to reset it into tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better luck. Hopefully tomorrow night will be the night. Otherwise, we're going to keep grinding it every night until it's done. And we're going to do a big stream on it on Sunday, assuming we don't have it by then. So assuming we do not have this new Mythic, we will be doing like a 6-hour or so stream on Sunday night. We're going to go all the way till reset time like what we did yesterday. So we'll do that on Sunday. So assuming we haven't gotten the Mythic yet, we'll end up doing that and see how it goes. Which realistically, we're probably not going to have the Mythic by then. I still want to hope we do get it tomorrow or on Friday or Saturday though. But if we don't have it by any of those 3 nights, we'll do a super, super long stream again on Sunday until we have it. Or, you know, until reset. Which will hopefully be until we have it. But that's the game plan. Anyways, guys, next stream will be tomorrow night. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 hours prior to now tomorrow, as we do every single night. We'll mostly be doing what we just did tonight. Grinding this thing until we have it. That is the game plan. It was originally going to be like a 1-night goal, but it is enough of a grind that's going to have to be a week-long goal. And hopefully we'll have it by Sunday night. And go from there. But anyways, guys, we should have a video kind of going over some teams and just 6.2 overview kind of stuff tomorrow. Because I'll actually be rested, unlike today. Since we're not staying up all night tonight. So should be able to get that up at some point tomorrow. Not exactly sure when, but at some point it will be up. Just kind of going over some teams. Obviously, I mostly just show Zugov on stream. However, there are plenty of teams you can be running other than just Zugov. I'll try to mention at least 3. I almost want to mention 5 of them. We'll see. I don't want to mention anything too unviable, though. Like the lower rarity one. Obviously, we have to mention a different alternative for high rarity. Like, those are the main 3. Obviously, the one we use. I might show a few others as well. But anyways, guys, catch you guys then. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Best of luck if you're going to be trying for this thing. Gosh, this is a grind. But we're going until we have it. That's the game plan. Anyways, guys, hopefully you'll get better luck than me. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. And have a wonderful week. Best of luck with the grind. Goodbye, everyone.